it's Sunday evening, so we're going to do a nice restore and recharge. Nice slow flow, get deep into our stretches. Get into all those good nooks and crannies of our bodies. Just try and, so I don't do restorative classes like some teachers hold one pose for 10 minutes. I'm not going to do that. We're still going to get a little bit of movement going. It's just going to be slower. It's going to be deeper stretching. It's going to be more mindful movement. We're not going to do anything too mental today. We'll go back to that tomorrow, don't worry. So everyone, bring yourself down onto your mats, and if you haven't got a mat, absolutely don't worry. A rug, a towel, the floor, it's all good. So bring yourself into a, no, I always do that. We're going to bring ourselves down onto our backs, lying on the mat. I keep forgetting that we're doing restorative. Once we started, I will remember though. You're going to bring yourself down onto your mat, palms open, feet falling open. And allow yourself to sink down into the mat, close your eyes. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale, fill those lungs from the bottom all the way to the top. Exhale, reverse the breath. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Start to focus in on your breath. And as you do, tune out all your outside surroundings, thoughts and worries. Allow that gentle rhythm of your breath, that slow and steady rise and fall, start to push out any wandering thoughts, any worries, any anxiety. So yogic breath is a really good tool for depression, stress, anxiety, insomnia. It can really help calm you down. And as you breathe, I want you to feel yourself melting into the mat. Start to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Feel that breath rush through you as you do. Inhale, the breath washing through you. Exhale, release. Use that breath to almost cleanse your body. Let's start to check in with our key tension points. We tend to hold on to pockets of stress in our bodies in really subtle ways. Start to draw those shoulders down, let the neck get long. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Start to soften your features, allow your brow to unfurrow. Make sure you're not frowning. Facial features neutral, gentle. Then taking your attention to your jaw and allow that jaw to start to soften, to unlock. Unclench the back teeth, make sure they're not touching. And draw the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. So these tension points are ones that we very subtly hold on to. We might even not realize that we're doing it, and we tend to do it just throughout the day. So it's really important that we just try and remember to check in with ourselves, make sure our shoulders are down, our facial features soft, and most importantly, our jaw unlocked. So all these areas can contribute to headaches, neck, shoulder, and back pain. So just notice the difference when you let them go. And start to take an imaginary broom and sweep your mind clear of any clutter, any wandering thoughts, forgetting everything you did before or need to do after, and just tune into your body, tune into your breath. And just make space in your mind to just take in the movement that we're going to indulge in throughout the class. We're going to take nice deep stretches And we're going to take nice deep breaths, and I want you to have the space to take those breaths, the space to take those deep stretches. Allow yourself to free the mind and make space for your movement. And on your next inhale, draw that right knee in towards your chest. Hug the knee in tightly. Feel a very gentle stretch down the front of your hamstring. Inhale, we lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull deeper. Keep the back flat on the mat. Start to rotate your ankle. Loosening up the joints, wiggle those toes. So we're getting the synovial fluids flowing around the body as we just start to gently mobilize little pockets of our body, little corners. Maybe you'll hear some clicking. I always find clicks really satisfying. I don't know about you guys. Take a deep breath here. Start to gently drop that right knee open to the side. As you do, place your left hand on your left hip bone. Push that hip down into the mat. So you're keeping your pelvis neutral. Really, really important, probably the most important part of this stretch is a neutral pelvis. Keeping your spine flat on the mat. So when you drop your hips open, you're not compromising your hips or your pelvis. Pelvis is like the cauldron of your body. You want to try and keep it neutral as much as possible. And if you want to, you can take your fingers around your big toe and start to straighten that leg out. That's obviously optional. You can keep the leg bent. If you're straightening the leg, you're going to feel a deeper stretch through the hamstring and the hip. Make sure you still continue to push on that left hip bone to keep the hips neutral, the pelvis neutral, the spine flat. If at any point you feel like that left hip is just starting to lift from the mat cheekily, it's just inching its way up towards the sky, just gently pull yourself out of the stretch slightly. Remember, guys, it's really important, particularly those of you that are really flexible, that we try and pop our ego behind our form. And I know, as a flexible person, how hard that is, because when you're bendy, you just want to be like, I can get this deep into a stretch, and you kind of forget about keeping your hips aligned and all those things that can add up and make injuries in the future. Take a nice deep breath here. Bend that right knee, and you're going to pass that right knee all the way across to the left-hand side. Reach your left arm out, taking a twist through the spine. So your twist is going from the base of your spine all the way up to your neck. That's why we always look in the opposite direction of our legs. Reach that arm out, gaze down those fingertips. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, I want you to really feel that twist deepen. Please, as well, if anyone is pregnant, please avoid all twists. It restricts the airflow to the fetus. So you don't want to do that. If you are pregnant, feel free to take your happy baby pose. Deep breath. If you want to as well, you can also straighten that right leg out, take hold of it with your left hand. That will get you deeper into the outside of your hip. It's quite an intense stretch. That's only if you have the space, like I've put my mat very close to the window as usual, so I don't have the space to straighten my legs, but if you do, please feel free. Take a deep breath here. And gently bring yourself back to center. Straighten that right leg up towards the sky. You can either point or flex the foot, it doesn't matter which, but make sure there's some engagement going on. You don't just want it to sort of be hanging there doing nothing. So either flex or point. I always find flexing is a little bit more intense, a little bit of a deeper stretch. Place your palms either on the back of your thigh, the back of your calf, or you can reach for your big toe. And remember, be kind to yourself. If last week you were reaching for the big toe, and this week you feel a little bit more low energy, you feel a little bit tight, don't force it. Place your palms somewhere else. It's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you're avoiding the back of your knee. So this is a really good stretch for hamstrings. It's also really good for healthy knees. And it's really good to do before or after you run. And we're going to do a progressive hamstring stretch. So inhale, we feel the spine lengthen, and exhale with every time we exhale, we gently inch that leg towards us a little bit more. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, try and keep that spine flat, keep the neck long, deep breath, inhale. And exhale. One more breath here, inhale. Exhale gently, you're going to bend that right knee, keep it hovering. Draw the left knee towards you. Place the right ankle on your left knee. So if you imagine this pose upright, it's almost like you're sitting on a chair and you've kind of crossed your legs. So this is your reclined pigeon pose. And what we're doing is opening the right hip and stretching the right glutes. Take your hands to the back of your left thigh. As you breathe, you're going to start to pull that left leg towards you, opening the right hip even further. So this is a really indulgent one. I really enjoy this stretch. With every breath, you want to deepen that stretch, pull that leg closer towards you. If you are struggling with your upright pigeon in other classes, this is a really good one to practice because it allows you to get the positioning of your leg right. It also starts to open the hip in a non-invasive way. So you haven't got the floor underneath you kind of pushing against you. You've got the power in your hands to just move your left leg as and when you like. So you can really start to move those hips open and pull out if you feel like you need to. Breathe into that stretch, deep breath. And exhale. And give me one more here. Gently release. Bring your legs into a tabletop position. Really nice. Draw the right knee on top of the left, so it's like you're crossing your legs. We're going to take a reclined cow face. Take hold of your big toes with your hands. Start to pull the feet apart and towards you at the same time. Deep breath, inhale, exhale, pulling. So this pose as well, really good for runners, also good for cyclists because it increases mobility in the hips, which is obviously very good if you're a runner or a cyclist and you're doing lots of movement with your legs. You want nice mobile hips, you don't want stiff hips. I mean, no one really wants stiff hips, but particularly if you're a runner or a cyclist. So pulling those legs apart and towards you, and you're going to feel this in your right hip along the outside. And it's, again, quite a satisfying and intense stretch. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Gently release the legs. And you're just going to draw those knees in towards you. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Up and asana. Releasing the spine. Maybe you want to take a happy baby. Take your fingers around your big toes. Draw those knees towards you and gently rock. I always used to feel that this was quite a vulnerable pose, but I actually really enjoy it as one to restore in. And let's stretch that right leg out, draw the left knee in towards the chest, plant that spine nice and flat on the mat, drop the shoulders down, make sure that neck is long. Inhale, we lengthen, exhale to pull that left knee in. Gentle stretch down the front of your hamstring. And let's start to rotate that ankle. Remember to send it both ways. You might hear some clicking. Wiggle those toes. So the reason we do this is just to start to mobilize that area, to wake up that body. We want to get into every little corner. Breathe into that stretch. And let's start to drop that left knee open to the side now, opening up the hips. Deep breath, inhale, pushing down on that right hip bone. Don't forget about keeping that pelvis neutral. Keep the hips neutral. The most important part of this stretch is that your spine is flat and your hips are aligned. Because if you're lifting that right hip, it almost makes the stretch completely redundant because you're not truly opening the hips. You're just kind of leaning to the left. So we want to keep those hips aligned. We want to keep the spine flat. And if you want to, again, please feel free to straighten that left leg out if you've got the space or if it's in your practice. Keeping that spine flat, deep breath, inhale. With every breath, try and drop those hips a little further. Well done, everyone. Take a nice deep breath here. Pass that left knee all the way across. You're going to bring it across to the right side, taking a twist. Reach the left arms out and gaze down at your left fingertips. So remember, we always look in the opposite direction of our legs. And again, if you want to, you can straighten that top leg. Take hold of it with your right hand, so you'll get even deeper into the twist. You'll get in to the outside of your hip and your hamstring. And twists are really good because they are really energizing, so they're nice to do at the beginning of the class, but I also find them quite relaxing and they're a nice release, so good to do at the end of the class as well. And they compress our organs, so they release toxins from the organs, and when we release the twist, fresh blood flows through those organs. Take a nice deep breath here. Gently, you're going to release that twist. Bring yourself to the center. Straight that left leg up towards the sky. Either point or flex your foot, but make sure that you're doing something to keep it nice and engaged. Take your hands either to the back of your thigh, your calf, or if you've got the flexibility, or if it's in your practice today, reaching for your big toe. So as always, this is definitely my tighter side, so I don't even try and force reaching for the big toe. I just accept that on most days, I can't on that side without causing myself quite a lot of pain. And if your energy is quite low at the moment, don't force it. Ladies, also your energy and your practice will probably change throughout the month depending on your cycle. So when you are closer to your period, you'll probably feel a little bit more low energy. You might feel a little bit like you don't want to do certain things, and that's absolutely fine. Just listen to your body. Everybody listen to your body. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, gently pull that leg towards you. And give yourself one more breath here. Nice progressive hamstring stretch. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we pull that leg in. Then gently bend the knee. Take the left ankle to the right knee. Place your hands on the back of your right thigh. Inhale. And as you exhale, pull that knee towards you. Open up the left hip, reclined pigeon pose. So remember, this is a really, really nice indulgent pose. You're really feeling those hips sink open. And bear in mind for your upright pigeon, how it feels on both sides and where your leg is in alignment. That's what you want to aim for in your upright pigeon as well. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, sinking into those hips. Deep breath. Well done, everyone. Really feel those hips opening. Give me one more here. And gently bring those legs back to center, tabletop position. Cross the left knee over the top of the right, reclined cow face pose. Take hold of opposite feet with your hands and start to pull the feet apart and towards you. Deep inhale and exhale, draw those feet towards you. So increasing that hip mobility. Now you're going to feel it in your left hip. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, drawing towards you. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice, everyone. Deep breath. And give me one more here. Gently let go. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock. Apanasana. And then you're going to just gently start to rock backwards and forwards and bring yourself up to seated on your mat. Cross the legs. Sit nice and tall. Lovely. And you're going to start to draw your chin towards your shoulder and gently, slowly roll your head from shoulder to shoulder. Gently mobilizing your neck. So we've done the lower half of the body. Now we're going to work the top half. Gently rolling that head. And you can progress that into a full head roll if you want. I know it's not in everyone's practice, but if you'd like to, remember to send it both ways. Keeping that breath deep and steady and slow, guiding you through the movement. Bring your head back to center, and I want you to sit tall and drop the chin to the chest. So keep the spine straight, keep the chest open, you're only moving the head. Drop the chin down, feel the stretch down the back of your neck. And breathe. And then lift the head, start to gaze up towards the sky, pointing the chin upwards. Deep inhale. And exhale back to center. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take that right arm up and take hold of your left ear. We're going to stretch down the left side of the neck. Reach that left arm out, fingers to the mat. Deep breath and gently pull on that ear. Feel the stretch from the left side of the neck all the way down to the fingers. And if you want to, you can lift your fingers so it's almost like you're pointing energy coming out of those fingertips. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, gently release. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. The left hand comes up. Take hold of the right ear. Reach those fingers out. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Feeling a stretch from the ear all the way down the side of the neck, all the way down the arms. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. You can lift your fingers if you want. Feel energy coming out of the fingertips. Deep breath. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Gently release. Bring yourself back to center. Well done. Let's go to our shoulders. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down the spine. So I want nice indulgent shoulder rolls. Really, really use that movement, almost like you're drawing circles with those shoulders. Get deep into those shoulder girdles, up to the ears, down the spine. And again, if you would like to, you can place your hands onto your shoulders and circle your elbows. So it looks like you've got little wings. And for me, this gets deeper into the shoulders. And I quite like that it's like a full circle. Deep breath. Lovely. Keep that breath flowing. So inhale, pull the shoulders up. Exhale, pull them down. Really nice. Give me one more of those. Bring the arms out in line with your shoulders. Keep the spine long, keep the core engaged slightly. You want your arms completely in a straight line, like you've got airplane wings. And you're really going to notice in a minute how heavy your arms are. Breathe here, don't hold your breath. We're going to start to gently hinge across to the right. So reaching those right fingers to touch the right side of the room. As you do this, I want you to keep those arms aligned. So try not to dip. Try and keep yourself nice and aligned and keep those bum cheeks glued down on the mat. You don't want to lift that left bum cheek. If at any point you feel like it's lifting, pull yourself slightly out of the stretch. Right fingers to touch the right side of the room. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, start to pull yourself across to the left. Keep those arms aligned, and your arms by now will probably be feeling quite heavy. Stay with me, deep breath, keep that neck long. Reach those left fingers, keep those bum cheeks planted down on the mat, deep breath. Gently back to center, pull the arms behind, interlace the fingers behind your back, open that heart center and pull your shoulders behind you like little chicken wings. Deep inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Deep breaths, lovely. Really nice, everyone. Give me one more breath here. Release the hands and then interlace the fingers in front of you, creating a circle shape with your arms. Imagine that you're hugging a giant beach ball. Drop the chin to your chest and curve the spine. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Pull those shoulders apart at the back as you breathe. Dome the spine, chin to your chest. Inhale. And exhale. Gently release the hands. Drop the left hand in line with your left hip. Your right arm comes up and over. The right finger's trying to touch the left side of the room. You want to stretch from your right hip all the way to your right fingertips. Make sure the bum cheeks stay flat on the mat, sit bones planted. Reach with those fingertips, push into that right hip. Really feel as though you're trying to add inches onto that right side of the body. And if you want to, you can drop down onto your forearm, but just make sure that chest stays open, the body stays aligned. Neck long, shoulders down, deep breath, inhale. And exhale, reach, fingers all the way to the other side of the room. Deep breath, push into that hip. A nice lateral stretch. Really, really feel your body stretching. This is one of the ones where I really, truly can feel like I'm almost lengthening my body. Take a deep breath. Drop that right hand in line with the right hip. The left arm comes up and over, neck long, shoulders down. Plant those bum cheeks. Inhale. Exhale, reach. You can drop down onto that right forearm if you want. Make sure you're pushing into that left hip. Left fingers all the way over to the other side of the room. Deep breath. And exhale. And what I really like about holding poses for longer and stretches for longer than we might do in a vinyasa class is you truly can almost feel the body melting into that shape. You can feel it opening. You can really feel the muscles stretching and lengthening. It's really, really nice and indulgent to hold them for long periods of time. Deep breath. Gently back to center. Take your right hand behind you like a secondary spine. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Let's take a nice little seated twist. Sit nice and tall, inhale. As you exhale, push your right knee away with your left hand. Sit tall, the shoulders down, using your back arm as a support post, not a leaning post. So it's keeping you upright, but you're not leaning against it. Deep breath. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, pushing that knee away. And breathe into that twist, looking all the way behind you. Deep inhale. And gently back to center. And then let's go to the other side. Left hand behind you like a secondary spine. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Sit tall, deep inhale. And as you exhale, push that knee away and twist, looking all the way behind you. Deep breath. And exhale. And inhale. Keep yourself sitting tall. Exhale, release. Bring your palms in front, untap the legs, and bring yourself into an all-fours position on your mats. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and just breathe here, pushing down into your palms, your knees, the tops of your feet. Find that nice sturdy position. Spine flat to begin with. Just engage that core as you stand and breathe in your all-fours position. Deep breath. And exhale. And let's inhale. Start to drop the navel to the floor. Gaze up to the sky. And exhale, arching like a scared cat, dropping the crown of the head towards the floor. And inhale. Gazing towards the sky. And exhale. So if you'd like to stay here, mobilizing your spine in your cat-cow, by all means, please feel free. If you'd like to go a little further and start to freestyle this movement, really use your breath to just guide you through the movement, then by all means, please do. Use your breath to take you into every single corner of your body that you feel needs to be woken up. So maybe you just want to draw circles with your body. Maybe you want to come all the way forward into your cobra pose. Maybe you want to come all the way back into your child's pose and reach those arms out in front. Maybe you want to stretch the backs of your wrists and just push into those wrists. And maybe you want to circle your body around, get into the hips, get into the bums, get into your spine, get into your shoulders, get into your neck, and use your breath. Make it nice and deep, that movement. And the lovely thing about practicing from home is you truly can get as weird and wiggly as you like. No one's there to look. So feel free to just do the most bizarre things, whatever you need to do to open up that body to really get into all those areas. Really nice, everyone. Take a deep inhale. And then I just want you to gently start to shuffle yourself towards the back of the mat. Still in your all fours position. Make sure those knees stay about hip width apart. And you're going to start to walk those hands forward. Drop your chest to the mat. Send those sit bones up towards the sky. Taking your extended puppy pose. Gazing between your hands and lift up onto your fingertips so you get that deep shoulder stretch. So extended puppy pose, what are we stretching? We're getting the backs of our hamstrings, our chest, our abdomen, our shoulders, and our upper back. Deep breath here. And exhale the navel to spine. And breathe. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, place your palms flat. Draw your chest along the mat and bring yourself into your Sphinx pose. So make sure that you're not ignoring your lower half of your body here. So I want you to point those toes, which will engage your legs, lift the knees off the mat. And if you're doing this, you're going to feel that lovely engagement in your glutes, in your hamstrings, your bums, your lower back, pushing down on through your palms. If you'd like to go a little deeper here, feel free to walk the hands back, take a cobra pose. If you've got a deeper back bend, that might be for you. Lifting that chest, drop the shoulders, inhale. Make sure you're engaging, deep breath, gazing straight ahead. So both of these are really good for lower back pain. We're going to get into our shoulders and our spine. Breathe here. Exhale. And inhale, keep that body engaged, toes pointed, knees lifted. Inhale. And exhale. And then I just want you to gently drop yourself forward slightly and take your hands on either side of the mat. So your elbows are kind of out to the side, like it's a bit arachnid, kind of like an insect or a spider or something. With your elbows bent, your arms bent. So I'm going to show you from the front, it's going to kind of look like that. And you're going to gently start to lift your chest, kind of wave the spine. And bring yourself forward. And we're going to go for 10 breaths. So inhale, 1. And lower. And 2. And lower. And 3. And lower. 4. And lower. 5, really nice, and lower. 6, well done everyone, and lower. 7, and lower. 8, and lower. 9, well done everyone, and give me one more of those, lifting. And lowering, really nice. Keep that left hand dropped to the outside of the mat, and you're going to roll onto your left hip, drop your left ear to the mat. Let's get deep into our shoulders. So you guys have an option here. If this pose or this stretch becomes a little bit too much for you, bring yourself back to your Sphinx pose. You're still going to be stretching your shoulders. It just won't be as hard, it won't be as hardcore on your shoulders as this one. So coming onto your right fingertips, bend the right arm, and you're going to push on that right hand, and it's going to almost act like a lever to push you deeper onto your left shoulder. And if you want to as well, you can use your leg, so you can use your right leg. If you pull that leg back, bend the knee and place that foot flat, you're going to get deeper into the shoulder. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Well done everyone, inhale. And exhale, really feel yourself roll onto that left shoulder. Keep that left ear to the mat. Lovely. Give me one more here. Gently bring yourself back to center. We're going to take a little Sphinx pose in between sides. So pushing your palms and forearms down. Remember to engage those legs, point the toes, feel that squeeze in the bum. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest, deep breath. Right arm out to the side of your mat, roll onto your right hip, drop your right ear to the mat. And bring your left hand, left elbow bent, left finger to the mat. Deep breath. And exhale, push with those fingers and roll onto the right side. And if you want to, you can use that left leg to just pull yourself back slightly. Bend the left knee, plant the left foot. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And take one more deep breath here. And gently pull yourself back to center. Really nice. Well done, everyone. Take a deep breath, push down through your palms and just lift the chest. Bring yourself into your upward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck those toes and push up. Downward facing dog. Let's just take a little walk out through the feet. Push down into your palms, your little fingers, navel to spine. Rotate those shoulders externally. Make sure there's a nice straight line all the way down your back. Deep breath. Let's come up on the balls of our feet. And exhale, we lower. Inhale, lift. Try and keep that down dog position. Exhale, lower. Just a nice one to just finish loosening up the calves and the hamstrings. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And once more, lift. And lower, gaze straight ahead between your hands, bend the knees and step float or jump through into a seated position on your mats. Bring your feet together like palms. Let's take our little Baddha Konasana bound angle pose. Palms around your toes, sit nice and tall. Drop the knees down on either side of the mat. Drop those shoulders, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And keeping that neck long, keeping that spine nice and straight, you're going to start to hinge forward through the hips. Keeping that spine nice and straight. You can stay upright if you would like to, but if you want to take a little forward fold, please feel free. You're just going to start to push those feet slightly out so your legs make a diamond shape and then hinge forward through your hips. So that's going to get nice and deep into your hips. You can still use your elbows to push those knees down on either side. Deep breath. Bring yourself nice and deep. Head towards your feet. And if you can smell your feet, bonus points. Deep breath. Bring yourself nice and deep into that stretch. And then gently start to walk yourself out of the stretch. Bring yourself into an upright position. Straighten your legs. Point your toes. Bring your feet together like a fishtail. Palms underneath the small of your back. Drop down onto your forearms. Push that chest up towards the sky. Drop your head the whole way back. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. In your fish pose, chest towards the sky. And exhale, gently release, melt yourself down into the mat. Take your knees into your chest, just give yourself a little rock from side to side, Uttanasana. Really nice. Bring your arms on either side, take the legs into a tabletop position. Drop both knees over to the left, gaze to the right. Giving yourself that little supine twist to finish off with. Deep breath. And exhale. And then gently drop those knees across to the right and gaze to the left. Always looking in the opposite direction of your legs. Deep breath. And exhale. And then gently back to center. Really nice. Start to straighten your body. Bring the arms above your head. Point those fingers. Point your toes. Breathing, breathing. Reaching from one side of the room to the other. Put all of your tension into the stretch. Really, really, really build up all that tension. Big, deep stretch. Pull those shoulders towards your ears. Give yourself a million double chins. Screw that face up. Make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. And while you're here, throw all your mental tension on as well. Whatever's annoying you, upsetting you, making you angry or sad. Pour it all on. Build it all up. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Bring your arms down by your side. Feet falling open. As always, if you need anything for your Shavasana, please feel free to grab it now. Water, blankets, socks, jumpers, cushions, dimming the lights, popping on some music, whatever you need to do. And if you don't want to stay for Shavasana, absolutely that is fine. You're very welcome to log off now. I know it's not in everyone's practice. If you are staying, find that nice comfortable spot on your mat. Bring your palms open, facing up to the sky, feet fall open. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen and send all of your air towards the bottom of your lungs. Exhale, releasing. Drawing that navel towards your spine. Bring yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Grab that imaginary broom, sweep your mind clear of any clutter. Let's start to check in with those key tension points. Making sure the shoulders are down, the neck long, facial features gentle, jaw unlocked. And take your attention towards your feet. Feel them fall open on the mat, each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs becoming lightweight. All the way up to the base of your spine and feel each vertebrae unravel. Pressing down the keys of the piano as your spine presses down into the mat. All the way up to your shoulders. Feel those shoulders draw further away from the ears, gliding down your spine, melting into the mat like lava. Feel your neck become long, head light, free of thoughts and worries, clear. Allowing those facial features to become gentle and neutral. No tension. Jaw soft, unlocked, back teeth unclenched, tongue away from the roof of your mouth, and maybe your mouth is open ever so slightly. And finally take your attention towards your arms Allow them to fall open, palms open and fingers unwrap. And then towards your chest and your abdomen. Allowing that breath to wash through you. Filling your chest and abdomen with air and then releasing. That slow and steady rhythmic rise and fall. Allow it to draw you deeper into a calm, relaxing state of mind. Focus on that slow rhythm, that driving rise and fall. Tune out everything you did before or need to do after and take this time. It is your time. Allow yourself to clear your mind. And if that's just not in your practice, allow yourself to feel all your feelings. Let them flow through you into every corner of your being. Take this time to be self-indulgent in how you feel. Allow it to tingle in your fingertips and your toes as you breathe it in and out. Or just let it all go and allow yourself to sink deeper into your mat. As you inhale and exhale. And gently wiggle your fingers and your toes to draw awareness back into your body. Hug your knees in towards your chest and gently rock from side to side to release your spine on the mat. Bringing yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And then gently up to seated, palms on your knees. Sitting nice and tall, drop those shoulders down. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen and exhale through your mouth. And again, deep inhale, and this time when you exhale, let out a deep sigh. And once more for luck, inhale. And draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this evening. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Namaste. Hopefully see you guys all